More school threats locked down in Missoula school today. What police are investigating.
How the community is coming together to support the family of a missing Flathead doctor.
And a Missoula homeless shelter may have to start turning people away for the first time ever because it's too crowded.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on KPAX, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, I'm Jill Valley.
And I'm Dennis Bragg.
Threatening graffiti messages led to a perimeter lock-in at Big Sky High School in Missoula for much of the day today.
MTN's Connor McCauley has been following the story all day and joins us now live in the studio with more on what happened today. Connor?
Thanks, Jill and Dennis. Today was a hectic day at Big Sky High School for parents, students, and staff. Multiple threats were reported, and each threat presented its own set of problems for the school district.
Over the course of the last week, both regionally as well as in our local schools, we've experienced a variety of concerning events, including some threats.
That is Superintendent Mark Thane, who had to address the round of threats that faced Big Sky High School on Thursday. These threats were non-specific, but warned students to not be in school Thursday around 1 o'clock. There were 2 threats in total that were written in graffiti at the school, one in the women's bathroom and the other in the men's. Thane says the school is investigating both.
They have been conducting some interviews. I would not say that we have any clarity at this point who authored them. I would suspect they're 2 different individuals. One was in a boys' bathroom and one was in a girls' bathroom.
Students and parents were notified of the threats, and students were allowed to leave school with a parent or guardian's permission, which the district communication director, Hatton Littman, says is standard protocol. There was no active shooter on any Missoula public school campus on Thursday, and for the students that were still in high school, classes resumed as normal. Multiple officers were sent to the school as a precaution, and all entrances to the school were guarded by staff because of the perimeter lock-in status. Friday, school will resume for Big Sky High School with some added security.
We're confident that we have done what we can to address the threats. We'll have increased levels of law enforcement and security at the building tomorrow, but yes, we will have school as scheduled.
All threats will be taken seriously by the school district, and any extra security will be added to protect students. But Thane asked students to think about their actions regarding these threats. I
really implore students in particular who may feel for some reason compelled to create rumors or to issue threats to contemplate the long-term consequences of their actions. And in the wake of a tragedy like was experienced in Florida, I think it's critical for students to understand the negative impact that has on their fellow students as well as the families in the community.
So Connor, what was the atmosphere like when you were on campus today covering this?
The atmosphere is really tense. The students kind of complained more about the news coverage, saying that they would rather return to a normal school day than continue these kind of hoaxes, what they said.
And they really, some of them even kind of saying a joke, but authorities clearly aren't taking this as a joke. Are they taken very seriously? And no, they're taking every one of these very seriously, and they'll continue to investigate them to their full force. Okay, thanks, Connor, very much.
All right, well, multiple schools have received threats to their students and staff over the past 3 days across western Montana. Besides the graffiti threats from today from Big Sky High School, one student received a threat directly on her phone. A high school age girl reported it to the Missoula Police Department yesterday afternoon. She too is a Big Sky High School student. She got this threat over Snapchat from a student that attends a private high school in the area. In the Snapchat, the student who made the threat was sitting next to a firearm, which implied danger to that Big Sky student.
The reason that we're investigating this one, as opposed to maybe others that are handled internally, is that we have a specific person coming to us and making a complaint and asking us to file a report and investigate. The photograph was sent to a specific person. Specifics plays a pretty heavy role also.
Now, officers are still investigating the incident, but say both parties have been cooperative. Turning now to weather now, another chilly day across western Montana as we expected, but there's changes afoot. For more, let's go over to Chief Meteorologist Aaron Yost, who has a look at our first forecast now. Aaron.
Yeah, we've got some snow returning to the forecast this upcoming weekend, which a lot of us, including myself, a little excited to see. Temperatures still remaining on the cold side. They will moderate as we head into this weekend and early next week, however, stay below average for this time of year. Right now, not a lot of clouds out there, especially for the northwest quarter of the state. You can see a little light snow trying to creep into the Bitterroot Valley. That's from a disturbance passing well to the south of us. Now, we will see more widespread opportunity for snow showers and accumulating snow at that as we head throughout this weekend into early next week. All those details coming up in the forecast in just a few minutes.
Well, just imagine having to spend the night out in this cold. It could happen for one of Missoula's homeless shelters because the Poverello Center might have to set occupancy limits for the first time in its history. Now, that's not something it wants to do, but with a record number of people needing shelter this week, it just might have to. 205 people slept here at the Poverello Center on Monday night, on mats, on blankets, and on the floor. And that is a record. And it's becoming too much. For the first time in its history, Poverello's leadership is putting a plan in place to cap the sleeping capacity to 190 people a night, knowing that could have dire consequences.
You know, the temperatures are really cold right now. It is, deadly to stay outside right now. And so it is very concerning that if we set a cap, that really puts people's lives in danger.
The Poverello is running out of toilet paper, blankets, and towels. Some are sleeping on the cement floor without mats or blankets for comfort at night. This 25% increase in occupancy is concerning to the Poverello leadership, who believe the POV cannot be the only answer to homelessness.
You know, what happens with folks who aren't able to stay here if we do implement a cap, or when we implement a cap in the next week or so. The community is going to need to come together and figure out what we're going to do, because the POV can't be the solution.
The cold is the biggest reason people are seeking shelter right now, but Executive Director Amy Allison Thompson believes it's part of a more complicated issue.
It just speaks to what's going on in our community right now. We've had a boom of people moving to Montana in the past couple of years. That's a factor, as well as our very low vacancy rate in Missoula. It's around 2 or 3% at any given time. And then also just the fact that people are looking for jobs, and when they do find jobs, they're often underemployed and still not able to afford housing.
So here's how you can help the Poverello immediately. They need donations of blankets, towels, and toilet paper. Cash donations, too, will help cover the extra cost for the extra staffing they need at night with all those people sleeping there.
In the Flathead Valley, there's still a mystery about the fate of Dr. John Torgerson, but the community is coming together to support the missing skier's family. As volunteers continue to search Big Mountain, those in town are sending their love through notes. Powdered Soul, an organization that Torgerson and his wife were involved in, designated a tree in Depot Park in Whitefish for community members to hang notes for the family. The tree has been collecting letters since Monday morning, and they'll be taken to the family when the time is right. The notes range from prayers for John to messages for the family and personal stories from friends. In other news tonight, new at 10, the enrollment at the University of Montana slides again, with just over 600 fewer students hitting the books for the spring semester. But the 5% drop wasn't a surprise. The latest head count shows enrollment down just under 11,000 students, a 5.4% drop when compared to last spring. But unlike a few years ago when the first declines came as a surprise, administrators were expecting this one. Thomas Crady, who is the UM's Vice President for Enrollment and Student Affairs, says mid-year graduations are often down, growing somewhat as current students finish paying bills for the semester. And there is a bright spot. The UM Graduate School posted a 4.5% jump, an increase of about 100 students over last spring. Missoula College enrollment was also off a little less than 2%. UM President Seth Bodner is challenging the university to increase enrollment in the coming years using a combination of techniques, especially helping younger students overcome challenges and stay for the full 4 years, and adjusting courses to meet future job skills.
Well, still ahead, Aaron says we're going to continue to see chilly temperatures, but as she mentioned, we do have some changes on the way for the weekend.
And later in sports, Derek has all the highlights of the hoops action from across the region as divisional tournaments tip off. Stay with us on KPAX.